The first major political issue dominating conversation in the United States right now is the continued focus on Donald Trump's policies, political influence, and legal challenges. Even years after leaving office, Trump remains one of the most powerful and controversial figures in American politics, shaping debates inside government, the courts, and the public. That Trump's policy legacy continues to influence how both parties approach issues like immigration, trade, foreign policy, and executive power. Many lawmakers aligned with him argue that his policies prioritized national sovereignty, economic protection, and strong executive leadership. Supporters say his approach reshaped the Republican Party and challenged long-standing political norms that they believe failed ordinary Americans. At the same time, critics argue that Trump's leadership style tested the limits of democratic institutions. Questions surrounding the use of executive authority, pressure on government agencies, and challenges to election processes continue to be debated in courts, Congress, and media outlets. These discussions are not just about one individual, but about how much power a president should have and where legal boundaries should be enforced. Legal scrutiny remains a central issue. Trump has faced multiple investigations at both state and federal levels, involving business practices, election-related matters, and actions taken while in office. Supporters view these cases as politically motivated efforts to weaken a rival, while opponents argue that no individual should be above the law. This divide reflects a broader national disagreement over trust in legal institutions and how justice should be applied to political leaders. Congressional oversight has also played a major role. Lawmakers have pushed for access to documents, testimony, and records connected to Trump-era decisions. These efforts raise important constitutional questions about executive privilege, transparency, and the balance of power between branches of government. Every legal motion and court ruling sets precedents that could affect future presidents, regardless of party. Public reaction to these developments remains deeply divided. Polls consistently show that Trump maintains a strong and loyal base of supporters who believe he represents resistance to political elites and entrenched bureaucracy. At the same time, a large portion of the population views his influence as destabilizing and believes accountability is necessary to protect democratic norms. Media coverage has amplified this divide. Conservative outlets often focus on claims of overreach, bias, and selective enforcement of the law. Liberal and mainstream outlets emphasize legal responsibility, institutional integrity, and the potential risks of unchecked executive power. This media polarization has made it difficult for Americans to agree on basic facts, further fueling political tension. The global impact of Trump's political presence should not be overlooked. International allies and rivals alike watch U.S. legal and political developments closely. How America handles high-profile political accountability sends a message about the strength of its democratic system. Trade negotiations, foreign policy trust, and diplomatic credibility can all be influenced by domestic political stability. Another key factor is the effect on future elections. Trump's legal situation intersects directly with campaign dynamics, voter turnout, and party strategy. Some see ongoing investigations as energizing his supporters, while others believe they may discourage independent voters. The outcome of these legal and political battles could shape electoral strategies for years to come. Beyond Trump himself, the larger issue is institutional trust. Confidence in the justice system, elections, and government agencies is under pressure. When political identity determines how people interpret legal decisions, the system faces long-term challenges. Restoring trust requires transparency, fairness, and consistent application of the law. As the situation continues to evolve, Americans are witnessing a defining moment in political history. The debates surrounding Trump's policies and legal challenges are ultimately debates about democracy, accountability, and power. How these issues are resolved will influence not just one political career, but the future direction of American governance. The story is still unfolding. Court rulings, political decisions, and public response will determine what comes next. What remains certain is that Donald Trump's influence, and the controversies surrounding it, will continue to shape U.S. politics for the foreseeable future.